Welcome to another NUCIDA video. If you like it, please give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to this channel, and click the bell. Never forget our upcoming sessions. If you have any questions or hints, please leave a comment. Our certified QA experts will reply in time. Today I will talk about job interviews in the software testing field. We got several questions about that important topic. By the way, just place your thoughts in the comment section here. What is your preferred approach to interviewing candidates? Before you get started, we have a few recommendations for approaching interviews as well. It's important to understand what skill set your team needs so that you can ask specific technical questions that fit your industry and work environment. You can also ask specific questions based on the content of a candidate's resume to determine what level of mastery and involvement they had on any given project that they describe. This will help you ascertain if they executed tests that others created or if they were designing tests as well. Both the designer and doer add value to a team, but if you're looking for one or the other during the hiring process, you must be clear about your goals. If you're looking for where to get started in thinking about your team's needs, start here. Split up your interview into stages so that you can enlist different members of your team to meet candidates as they progress through the process. Start with a standard HR screen, followed by a technical call, and then a conversation to assess the candidate for team fit. This approach helps strike a balance between specific technical questions and thoughtful, open-ended options. Every interview will evolve differently, so you may not get to every question you want to ask. We advise studying this list, establishing a core set of questions that you ask every candidate to better evaluate and compare them, and then having another list of favorite questions you can work into the conversation to keep it flowing. Section: Philosophy and Alignment. When you begin your conversation, it's important to establish a comfortable rapport, but also to quickly learn about the candidate's approach to testing problems. You want to ensure that this person's ideals are aligned with the values of your team, as well as establish a baseline for more detailed questions that will come later. 1. Why did you choose software testing as a career, and what motivates you to stick with it? 2. What is testing to you? Do you have a testing paradigm? Can you explain it? 3. Tell me about the work you've been doing recently. What's the most interesting bug that you found, and why? 4. What kind of challenges does testing present? Can you tell me about some specific software testing challenges you've faced and how you overcame them? 5. How have you added value to the organizations you've worked with? Can you give me a specific example from your last or current position? Section: Core Testing Skills. In addition to specific questions tailored to your business, you also want to gain an understanding of where this candidate's strengths lie. These questions surface information about how the candidate starts work on a new testing problem, approaches basic tasks for the job, and will fit in with your team's existing processes. 1. What kind of tests have you been doing? What do you enjoy about them? How do you develop those tests? 2. When you perform a test, what steps do you take? 3. Have you ever written a test plan? Can you describe what was included and why? 4. What tools do you use for documenting test ideas, execution, and results? 5. How do you prioritize your tests? What factors might influence your decisions? 6. How do you know when it's time to stop testing? 7. What do you do if you report a bug and a developer refuses to fix it? 8. Can you describe how you analyze risk? What role does it play in how you test? 9. Do you measure how your current testing approach is working? How do you adjust if it's not? 10. If I left you testing for 2 hours, what would you have to show me when I returned? Section: Automation Skills. If you're looking for an automation tester, you'll want to ask specific questions based on the current framework that your team has in place. Beyond the technical skills, establish that the candidate understands the goals and limitations for automation within your organization so that you can be confident this tester will add value to your team and speed up the process instead of slowing it down. 1. Have you automated any of your tests? How so? 2. What's your favorite testing tool? Why? If some technical constraint meant you were unable to use it, what would you do instead? 3. How do you know when you, or your automation, have found a bug? What makes it a bug? Are some bugs more important than others? How do you report them? 4. How do you decide which tests to automate? Which tests don't you automate and why? 5. If you've never written your own automated tests, have you ever worked with software engineers to create or improve existing tests? What did that process look like? Section: Commitment to Learning and Improvement. Technology is a continuously growing and evolving field. In an industry that is always changing, it is vital that testers be able to adapt to new conditions. Here are some questions to help find out more about the candidate's capacity for learning and growing within their roles. 1. Can you describe your process for getting up to speed with new products and team members? 2. What process are you using for testing currently? Can you describe how you might improve it? 3. Testing can be challenging. What keeps you motivated? 4. How do you stay at the top of your game? What self-learning do you do? 5. What was the last great piece of critical feedback you received? How did you adapt? Section: Behavior and Team Fit. You may have found the perfect tester, but are they the perfect tester for your team right now? You want to be sure that this individual has the right personality to work well with your current team. These questions are to help you understand how this candidate responds to challenges and diversity of people and ideas, as well as what they are looking for from leadership. 1. Tell me how you like to be managed. And if you don't like to be managed or don't feel you need to be, how could I help you succeed in this role? 2. Have you encountered any challenges working with your colleagues? Tell me about a specific instance when you were in a difficult situation and how you dealt with it. 3. Have you ever made a bad decision? What contributed to your making that decision? How did you deal with the consequences? 4. What is your approach to understanding the perspectives of colleagues from different backgrounds? 5. Have you ever had a deadline you were not able to meet? 6. If you had to pick a useless superpower, can't save lives or help the world, but something that would improve your life, what would it be? 7. What is the most important lesson you've learned during your career so far? 8. Can you describe the arc of your career? Why do you want to work here? And why now? Include activities. Sometimes you want to do more than just ask questions. You might instead try a short activity to see how the candidate responds. Here are a couple of options for something more interactive. Build a list of adjectives and ask the candidate to pick what they think describes them. Tell them you will do the exercise too and share your answers as well. Set up a testing scenario and ask the candidate to talk you through how to test it. What assumptions does the candidate make? What questions do they ask? Let's wrap up. Of course, the best part about interviews with testers is talking to the testers. So above all, enjoy your conversations and go off script to share stories about favorite bugs. You've done your preparation so you know who you're looking for. This list, along with any other specific questions you have to evaluate your candidates, should set you on the right path. The only thing left to do is to prepare to onboard your new team member. If you like it, please give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to this channel, and click the bell. Never forget our upcoming sessions. If you have any questions or hints, please leave a comment. Our ISTQB, ITK, X-ray, and TestRail certified QA experts will reply in time or even produce a separate video about your topic. Please also check out our other over 200 videos about software quality. Happy testing. See you next time.